One of my talents is running in heels. But really, I just want to say they took half my speech. I was going to toot my own horn and talk about my own achievements, but thank you guys. But really, thank you so much for coming today. This is a really special night for me, and so many of you, I mean, I guess looking out there, all of you guys have played such a huge role in my story in some way or another by adding your talents, your friendship, your love to my life. And you know, it's really ironic that when I first had the idea of, I want to make like a film, I want it to be a tour documentary, and when I would explain it to people, I was like, I want them to see like life on the road can be so fun, it can be energetic, like we don't do drugs, we don't do, you know, but we still have fun, and it was like, oh, I want everyone to see that I'm really funny, because in my mind, I'm very funny, but it actually turned out to be quite a different piece than that. I had no idea that I was about to go through, well, I guess that my world was about to be flipped upside down, and I was going to go through the most emotional and probably the hardest year of my life. And so, like I said, it's an incredibly different project than I ever envisioned it would be. But I was very vulnerable and raw through it all, and I feel like I've come out stronger as a result of going through everything that I went through this last year. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who is a part of this project, but also everyone who lived it with me. And so I'm going to talk a lot there on the screen, so you don't have to hear any more from me now. But at the very end, we're going to do a brief question and answer right here, so don't run away. And without further ado, here's the film. But also, we wanted to do just a quick, brief question and answer if anyone did have any questions for us. But also, I guess I had a question because I have watched some of their work in the past. I was a big fan of the Justin Bieber documentary, and actually, it was right when I had started my YouTube career that I saw Never Say Never, and I was so inspired. I left the theater being like, that kid is my favorite person in the world, and I felt like I could do anything. I loved the Katy Perry doc, so I was so excited to get to work with you guys on this film. But every project is different, every collaboration is always extremely different. So was there anything that stood out to you in this project as being just different from maybe other projects you've worked on?
Well, one thing I can say is that no subject on any documentary that we've ever made edited their own performances before, so that was definitely different. And you know, and Lindsey asked if she could edit her her musical performances, and we were quite taken aback by that. But we thought, yeah, why not? Why not? No one knows her stuff, you know, her and her stuff better than she does. And as you can see, and almost all those performances were edited by Lindsey, and they were really amazing. So that was something really different and really cool, I thought.
Well, thank you. I also, side note, had to learn. I didn't know how to use Avid, which is what they use. Their entire team used Avid, and I was like, what about Premiere? What about Final Cut? And they were like, no, we have an entire team, and we, you know, obviously an entire team needed to work on that. So I was a very slow editor because I had to learn a whole new program, but I was very determined to be involved, so I did.
I'll just say old school, new school.
Oh,
so it's just definitely. I mean, but it was amazing how quickly you learned it. Like, it was amazing. So.
Thanks. I was calling your editors constantly.
I know. I know, and they're here, and we are grateful for them. So.
They probably hate me. I guess another question I had was, were there any, I mean, this was the first time I've done a film like this, so this was normal to me, but was there anything that was, like, challenging about this specific project?
I think it was, like, shooting with you guys for, like, 2 days. And so, I mean, usually we go on the road for, like, a couple weeks and stuff. But the thing is, like, Lindsey's so amazing and so open, her heart is so open, and like you can tell her story in like 3 days of shooting, so that was amazing.
Yeah, that was really stressful on our end as well. My dancer Melise, one of my girls, is out there. Big up for Melise, and Drew and Kit are here as well. Michelle, my makeup artist, and BFF. She's listened to me so much this past year. I don't know how I would have made it through this last year without Michelle, but all of our entire tour group was incredibly nervous because we shot some in Phoenix, but the main shoot with like all the big cameras was in LA, and so we were like, we have one show, we can nail this. Very expensive taping and not mess it up. And so, anyways, we were all terrified and worked, like the dancers were practicing backstage for several days, like making sure it's tight. And but yeah, just from our perspective, that was terrifying. But it came out really nicely.
Yeah, we had no sense of that at all.
Oh,
It
really?
didn't seem that way at all. Everyone seemed completely on point and really relaxed.
We're performers,
Yeah, well,
that's what we do.
I think it just shows that, like, if you have a star like Lindsey, who's so honest and open, like, you could tell a great story in 3 days as opposed to, like, weeks and weeks, you know.
Yeah.
So.
It was also nice that I had, I'm a YouTuber, so I had archives and archives of footage that I gave. I gave like a box of hard drives to your editors, and I was like, good luck. Like, I'm a creative mind, so there was like no organization to it at all. It was just like years of footage scattered through hard drives, and they found all kinds of gems that I didn't even know existed. So that was kind of well done. But yeah, do you guys have any questions at all? Maybe not. Oh. Let me see if I have any more thoughts. But that you're like right behind the light. Yes.
How did you do the magic trick?
Should I tell? That's a great question. Should I tell? It's almost more impressive once you know how it's done. I hired a magician. It was awesome. It was this old guy, and he had this shop full of like cool gadgets and boxes and little monkeys that hit cymbals together, just like so many gadgets. And he kind of showed me a couple options, and I chose the box, and I said I want to be cut in half. So since we're not doing it anymore,
You can reveal it.
Oh, I hear no.
No, people don't want to know.
Yeah, there's someone from the magic scene.
Yeah, okay. There's probably some magicians out there that are like, do not even. I'll just say one thing. I give props to Michelle, my makeup artist, who had to squeeze into a tiny, tiny space every night. So give it up for Michelle. And Melise at the beginning of the show, she doubled as me every night. So we had lots of little tricks that we did during the show that made it really fun. We're trying to keep our peeps on their toes. And I think it worked, but I guess that's all you're gonna know. Lots of twisting and squeezing, and yeah, I was sore after the first week of practice. And I remember we thought it was going to be impossible. We're like, there's no way we're ever going to nail these tricks. And we only messed it up twice. So awkward when you mess up what's supposed to be like a super cool moment of the show, and we're like, well.
People notice though. Did people tell?
Well, you always think or hope to yourself. You're like, well, we know what went wrong, but to them, they've never seen it, so they didn't. But no, the audience knew. It was like this very pity clap of like, nice try, ladies. Nice try. The box got stuck, and we couldn't get it apart, and so basically when it finally came apart, the blades would go in. The girls just like pulled it about 5 inches apart and then put it. So it was just this box that I got inside of and got out of. And I think they knew what was supposed to happen, so they were like, yeah. Usually the reaction was like you'd see it like, oh, like people's minds were blown, and it was like my favorite part of the show every night because of that. And I love being able to in some way make people feel like childlike again. That's my favorite thing about going to shows. All right, there was another question. Yeah.
What's the next show
you're going to do? Next show. Yes, Lindsey. What's the next show? Well, all right. Well, can we do something together? I'm actually very excited. I was in the studio recently. Actually, today was my first day. I'm starting a Christmas album, and I am so excited to go on a Christmas tour. So I'm a little bit nervous because, like I said, I went in the studio for the first time for it today, and they're already starting to book the tour. So, I've got some pressure to make an awesome Christmas album and, yeah, bring some magic to
You say magical elves.
we might, hey, we'll do Christmas. Not everyone loves Christmas. Christmas special. My favorite time of year.
Lindsey,
Yes, Roseanne, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
do you need an elf on your
Oh, there's another one of my magical elves. You guys, Rosanna Pansino is one of my best buddies, and she's amazing. I love you too, and yes, I can always use a magical elf on tour. Okay, sounds good. Yes, Justine.
You need a drone. You need a drone or a dog DJ.
Oh my gosh, Justine's dog is starting his DJ career. I mean, we live in LA, that's not normal at all. So I'm excited for DJ Maddie. An opener, yeah, an opener. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming and being a part of this. Thank you for directing it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for bread. Thanks to my making management. Tons of work. Thank you to my mom for being here with my rock this last year. And Luna's here. She slept through the entire game, but that's cool. Yeah, all my friends. Oh, and we have cake! So everybody get some cake!